right, so I've been doing a couple of these, and by far this is the best show. We haven't even started, and this is the best show. Two of my favorites, Willie Burton Jim Shikenjanski. Thank you so much for taking some time out to talk with me. So look, here's a softball. Just tell us a little bit about where you are now. Give us an update since the last time we've seen you wearing the maroon and gold.
It's a long story. You're talking about a lot of years, man.
Give us the abbreviated. Give us the abbreviated. What are you doing in the last 5 years?
Last 5 years, I've been working with kids and students while furthering my education. You know, I recently, which we celebrated as a team, I had my jersey retired, which really all of us went up there. Here recently, I just finished my master's of in education with sports management, or sports administration now, sports administration, and just taking it easy, trying to be a dad.
Love it. Jim, last 5 years?
Man, it's been a whirlwind the last 20 years. I've got 4 kids, 19-year-old, 17-year-old, and 16-year-old boys, and a 7-year-old daughter. And then professionally, I've been working with Trinchero Family Estates the last 7 years, second largest family-owned winery out of Napa, and 4th largest winery in the U.S., and loving every day of it. What was your favorite moment, game-wise, in the Williams Arena?
You want me to lead, Willie?
I've got 2.
Okay.
The first is our junior year. We were playing Iowa when they were ranked number 5 in the country, and it was our first big signature win against a ranked team, and it was Iowa was a huge it's still a big rival, but Iowa and Wisconsin were equal as far as the rivalry that we had. So there was a lot of black and gold still in our stands, but the winning on a last second shot was awe-inspiring. In fact, we were so excited when the basket went in, and Iowa still had like 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock, and they got a good inbounds pass and got a good shot off, and we were busy celebrating and stuff like that. So Coach Haskins, we get down in the locker room, and he laid into us about finishing the game. You got to finish the game when to play to the final buzzer. There's that game that stands out, and then when we beat Illinois when they were ranked number 1 in the country, and Willie and Melvin Melvin Newbern had phenomenal games, and to knock Illinois off when they were number 1 was it was just something you'll never forget. I'll never forget.
All right, Willie, the barn.
Yeah. I have to agree with Jeff. That Iowa game, at one point we had a portrait of that jump ball, because that really started it all. And I wonder if I would like a poster of that, because really for us, the previous 2 years we went 9-19. And Jim, I talked about this earlier. The night before the game, the frame falls off the wall, and I sliced my hand open, and I need 6 stitches. So now we got a big game. We're building steam, and we knocked these guys off. But Jim's got a lot of accolades are given to us. But you got to understand, and in between a lot of those Melvin Newbern, Willie Burton, Kevin Lynch, or Walter Bond punches, Jim was right in there punching them too. Jim would sit on the side, and as soon as you lay down, he hit you for 2 or 3 baskets. Then you turn your back again, he hit you for 2 or 3 more. So, and then he turned around, as I said in that Iowa game, we'll go back to it, who had the winning shot? I had 23 points in the first half, right? So everyone wants to key on me. Everybody's following me. There you go, made a mistake. Even Jim Shikenjanski opened either on the baseline or at that free throw line, one or the other.
All right, so I've been waiting for this one ever since I wrote the question. All right, 2 hallmarks that kind of not define either one of you, but it's part of your history. Let's talk about the mask and the mullet. So,
mask first.
All right, you're up, Jim. I went first last time.
So let me preface this by saying,
let's talk about it.
Let me preface this by saying, back then it wasn't called a mullet; it was called hockey hair.
Hockey hair.
So I don't know what I was thinking, but a few of us on the team, grew our hair out a little bit, in the back. So we were business in the front, party in the back, shaved some lines. And it was, I'm 53 years old today, and I still get teased about it, and it's brought up on a regular basis. So it's something I guess I'll live and die with. But it was fun. We wore jewelry with our numbers on it, and we were 18, 19, 20-year-old kids,
Supposed to live.
until Coach Haskins, turned us into men. And, then we realized that, okay, and he did, a matter of 4 years, where you come in as a freshman, and where, when you leave, how you mature, and the life lessons that Coach Haskins instilled in us, as well as the coaching staff and the teammates. Willie was talking about this today when he was on as a guest for our Stillwater High School basketball team, is the holding each other accountable. We held each other accountable, and if Willie really wanted me to cut my hair, I would have cut my hair, but he never. But he never, it wasn't a big deal to him. So I went with it. But we had fun in college. But I think it was it was about work and respect, and we respected the coaching staff, and it wasn't just because they were the coaches. They earned our respect, and and I think in return, we earned their respect, and it was it was a memorable time. And it's there's a few things that you do different, if I had to do it all over again, and that's definitely one of them. I would have cut my hair, but I had to have fun with it. So Willie, all about you in the mask now.
I wouldn't have cut his hair, because that was signature Schick, man. Everyone makes their mark in some capacity or another. That was Jim. That's who Jim was, man. It fit his personality. So with me in the mask, that was it wasn't planned. It was celebrated, but boy, it was a consequence for that for me. Everybody else got to celebrate. I rolled with it, but man, if they only knew what that felt like, You know
what was cool though about that is, because that was during their NCAA run, the t-shirts and everything that they had done. So I mean, all these fans were wearing the t-shirt of Willie and the mask, and the Gopher, Goldie Gopher had, came out with a mask on, and it was so cool. And it's just, another rallying point that, we got behind Willie, and it was memorable. You talk to anyone today, and they remember that time in Gopher basketball when Willie was wearing his mask.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. So the thing, a lot of things about the mask, and that was my second game would be that Kansas State game with the mask on, the introduction of the mask, because everyone expected us to lose. I mean, it was all across, they're going to get beat. Hey, congratulations for making it, but you guys are going to be out of here soon. That Kansas State game, I think we quieted a lot of individuals out, and one of the things that you guys don't know about the mask is really, if you really look at the mask is illegal. I couldn't see in it. Jim, you remember I took it off in practice and slung it to the side because I couldn't see down. It was rounded. It was originally rounded, and I couldn't see my hand with the ball. I had any kind of timing with it. Quincy Lewis and I called room service night before the game. And I said, hey, you guys got something? I need to saw something or cut it down. This guy brought a saw up, biggest file I've ever seen in my life, about this long and about this wide. And that night, Quincy Lewis sat up with me, and that's why the mask that you see now, if you notice, is corners. And you got to be looking like, how did these corners get in here? And they kind of uneven a little bit in the area. That's from the file. Connell and I sat up till about 2 o'clock in the morning, filing that thing down. And that's how I was able to see.
Well, listen, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking some time out to talk with me. We have to do this again. And then when we have an opportunity to get face-to-face again, we need to spend some more time together. So I always close off with just go Gophers, Sky Yuma. Thank you again, and go Gophers.